makes us human, but I know, and that everywhere you go, that's where I wanna go. Cause you're like a magnet to me. The way you keep on pulling me in, I hear you whispering in the wind. And I need you to know that you've got the right energy for me. So if I can keep my mind right, then I know you'll show me ecstasy. Oh, yeah. Cause you are a good thing for me. And I never thought I could only imagine. So I blame it all on the laws of attraction.
I must be doing something right. I must be doing something right. Lets me know I wouldn't hesitate to catch you when you fall. I pray you remain next to me, yeah. We should be living the dream, fashion a team that's destined to lead, yeah. I need you to know that you are the right remedy. If I can make you mine, I don't want nobody else. Cause you are fulfillment for me. I don't have a care if they think that it's magic, long as we're bound by these laws of attraction. I must be doing something right. I must be doing something right. I'm wanting to try and entertain me, but baby, I won't entertain them.
Cause you are the one I need.
I'm going through all of the phases just so I can get to you, baby.
Cause you are a good thing for me.
I don't have a care if they think that it's magic, long as we're bound by these laws of attraction. I must be doing something right. I must be doing something right.
We are the Why Not Podcast.
Back at it, motherfucking Why Not Podcast.
Shout outs.
MKB
Easy.
in the motherfucking his house.
We
As I'm
easy,
sorted,
man.
we got a homie OG.
We're easy, man. Yo,
This motherfucker
bro.
deep in the game. This nigga is comfortable.
Bro.
This nigga find himself like a cloud in this universe to exist in, you know.
This nigga is on his own level,
Yeah,
and people
nigga.
don't even understand.
Yeah, nigga. And it's dope,
shucks.
bro. And it's dope. And it's low key. And it's well informed.
And there's some shit you'll never
And it's
expect.
experience.
You'll never expect
You know what I'm
it.
fucking saying? One and only Kimosabe in the his house.
Shout outs to Kimo.
Yo, what's going
up,
on?
homie?
What's up?
Hey, man.
What's up, bro?
Chilling like a villain, float to the ceiling, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nigga, vibes, nigga. This is gonna be
Gotcha.
fun.
yeah, man.
Listen.
Long last, we are doing this.
I'm hyped that you're here, bruh.
It's
Even myself, yeah,
There's a
man.
lot of like shit that connects, right?
Oh, for
One
sure.
is your insistence of informing yourself as an artist.
Right.
And part of what we like to do here is to try to create a repository of information
Sure.
of the reality of this, you know.
Shout out to all the R's, man.
Yeah. Did I use a lot of words?
The repository
Yeah,
of the
nigga.
relativity of this masculinity.
Yeah, the reality of like this, creativity as a way of making a living, like doing
Right.
this full time and what realistically it means. So one, there's that. Then there's also the fact that we trying to like, hotbox the motherfucking planet.
Hey, sign me up.
I think you got the plug too, dog.
Sign me up, bro.
Yeah, dog. I think also there's something to, that mind state. We've had conversations about, what our relationships with what I call the Lord Hashirama, many nicknames for it. The
Derek.
Mary Jane,
All right.
Lala.
Yeah, and that is like there's many words that I'll use to describe it, but just that as a part, as a mechanism of you doing what you do on a daily. So I think I'm very hype.
Right.
But we haven't been on the fucking mic in a minute. So maybe let's start the fuck there. We've been off for what, a month now?
2 months.
2 months. Off the mic for 2 months. Because, that's what life is.
Yeah.
That's what I think that's really what I'm really starting to understand about why does this whole marathon continuous thing ring true? Because I understand it. It makes sense in my context, right? The idea of something being greater than the immediate fun part of it.
Right.
Starting something, it's new,
Right.
Now you need to maintain. What does that look like? I used to have terrible fears every time we take breaks that means you're quitting because you're not constantly doing it all the time.
Sure.
And then accepting it as a long-term investment in every thing you do informs or contributes to it has been a good comforter. So for me, this time off has just been dope, bro. A lot of time with the family. You also in the motherfucking crib, nigga, fucking teddy bears the size of 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's
You're talking to us?
Yeah.
Shit. Wondering what the fuck is
nigga. So in those two, in that month time, bro, it's really just been adjusting to a move. It's been, and I think physical change, bro. Adjusting to being in a new environment, building a new rhythm, a new pattern, and then new shit. Shit that you started kicking off, getting better. I'm hyped. I can't talk about anything right now because I don't know if it's gonna be out anything soon, but it's gonna be dope, bro. Just working and relationships and business and actually seeing things work out and getting a motivation to do more and give more to it. Your ass has been up and down, bro. You've been living in Joburg. You've been in...
You say that like it's something new.
Yeah, nigga, it's nothing new, but it's like a different experience for you, dog.
What's different?
Dude, Ubaselokshini and being in the city in Joburg, bro, is not the same thing.
It's the same thing as moving from Elokshin and going to Newlands.
Okay.
Moving from Elokshin to a suburb, same shit. It's quiet in Santon, it's quiet in Newlands. There's palm trees in the streets, there's palm trees in the streets. It's literally the same shit.
Okay, I get it. So, Zitin, how you been?
Dude, I'm nice. I'm nice. I just got I'm at the latter end of dealing with me and my issues. I'm at the toughest issues I've dealt with. I've identified and manhandled the smaller issues. It's fine. That's
manhandled.
Yeah, that was fine. That was easy. But yeah, now it's the real shit, the life defining shit, the where you might need to adopt a new diet shit. And I'm not.
You're not ready to be old.
Not even that though. That's the thing. It's not even old, right?
It's not.
It's like LeBron. Do you think LeBron is old?
Shit, he's old, but
is he though?
Like it. I mean, is he? Time has passed.
No, he's 35, but is he old?
Okay, he's 35 in good shape. So.
Exactly. He's not old, bro. So it's that type shit. It's like, if you want to do the shit you want to do, this is really what you're going to have to sacrifice. But it all ties into the whole shit I was telling you about that, what's this thing? Discipline. Discipline is a myth. I don't believe in discipline.
Fuck you mean?
At all. Like, discipline does not exist.
Okay, listen, I don't want to be a
Maybe, let me start by this. Let me start by this. Kimo, what's your idea of discipline?
Discipline, man. My idea of discipline is a belt. No, but
For sure, bro. For sure.
It's funny because it's true. Oh.
No, but on the real, man, like, I guess, like, especially in this, like, line of work that I'm in, discipline is... I've been told to actually, like, take my time and think about these answers. Discipline is...
And you think about it as well.
Got it. It's what's the word, man? When you arrive early for stuff and you know, making sure that if you've got, like, when there's that important meeting, like, you know, you're there on time, especially given the reputation that, like, musicians have of being late. That's, I wouldn't say that's a definition, but that's an wait, you asked me for a definition or an example.
Well, no, it's you're there. You've given that's an answer. That's an answer. You know, you define it by examples, my nigga. That's what it is. Okay, that's and I have a definition of that as well, but we'll get to that. What's your idea of discipline?
Hey, nigga, it's like committing to something and seeing it through, and then and not just doing it haphazardly because you've said you're gonna do it, but like putting in the effort that it takes to do it, you know, the best way you can, which then comes with all that other shit, right?
Being punctual.
Prepared. Like preparing for it the day before, like doing shit that's gonna make your morning simpler, so that there's less shit, you know, to trip over and get delayed, and be counting on those 3 minutes, you know, that are defined by whether or not there's traffic down this motherfucking street.
That's the very good example. So what happens if you don't do those things? Who gets affected, or who gets mad, or what happens?
Who do you answer to?
Yeah, who do you answer to?
Yes, well, if you're accountable to yourself. There you go. Glad we got there.
So that's what I'm saying.
You could easily blow it off.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
discipline.
Bruh.
Discipline does not exist. Accountability is what the fuck this shit is. There's no such thing as discipline. It's all about accountability, even to your goddamn self. Maybe that's what people define as discipline, being accountable to yourself and holding yourself accountable.
That's why you can't say there's no such thing as it.
But that's accountability, though. That's just saying, like, if I'm accountable to you, it's different from being accountable to myself. If I'm accountable to myself, it's called discipline. If I'm accountable to you, it's just being accountable.
No, you could be accountable to yourself and acknowledge that you fucked up.
Yeah, that's fine. That's still accountability.
And then,
what about that makes it discipline?
That's what I'm saying. It's not. Then there's no discipline in you.
So discipline doesn't exist.
That you fucked. Saying fucked up doesn't matter.
No. Accounting and acknowledging that you fucked up doesn't mean it doesn't matter. So those are don't mix those up as if it's one thing. Those are completely different things. Right? But even about that, that's still being accountable. What about that is discipline?
Discipline isn't it a product of a life of accountability? Right? It's a byproduct.
So what is accountability on its own?
Accountability is the internal process, right? It's how do you reconcile with your actions.
So split the two for me. I don't get it.
So it's how you reconcile yourself with the actions is accountability. And then discipline is how that influences what you do, how much of an effort you put into what you do. Do you understand? Then that collectively is called discipline because you are consistent.
So if I don't do anything, I'm ill-disciplined.
What do you
or am I unaccountable?
if you don't do anything. If you don't do anything when you got shit to do, then
Am I ill-disciplined or unaccountable?
ill-disciplined, or you just don't give a fuck.
What is being unaccountable then? If I can recognize
being
that
unaccountable is not doing anything when you got shit to do, and not seeing how that's your fault. That you are actually not. You are the one who's causing.
no, but if I'm okay, fair enough. That's on the event that this affects others. If I'm chilling
saying to
here,
yourself. So
how
if
can I
you
not
are-
see that it's my fault? So if I'm chilling alone in this house and I'm supposed to make food and cook so I can eat later on, and I don't do that and then I starve, who the fuck else's fault
Forget
could that be?
We had the original conversation, right? As an artist, so if you know you have something upcoming,
All right. Here's an example.
Go ahead.
Took some time thinking about this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where discipline. This is
Supposed to be opinion,
a sort of graphical representation of how I would see
so for the
discipline.
motherfuckers who aren't
House.
watching this shit, this nigga's got like a fake ass pendulum where
which stops.
you swing the balls from one end, then they hit the other balls, and they're supposed to continue hitting each other, but they ultimately stop.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, essentially, how this thing's supposed to work is, like, when one of these things move, everything's moving in the same direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now, what your discipline does, especially as a human being, is, I'm sorry, you said it was what? Lord Hashirama. That shit was funny. But yeah, man, like the old saying goes, he who drinks from the pond drinks, what are we talking about again?
It is the Hashirama for real. For real.
So yeah, for me, discipline is just that. It's like the consistency and doing it consciously, right?
For me, I don't see that as different from being accountable.
Accountable is
Because I know if MK says he's going to do some shit, he's going to do some shit. Because he's accountable to himself, to hold himself to having said he's going to do some shit.
Right.
I think, yeah, for me, accountability is an end result assessment. Discipline is continued conduct. So accountable is in the result, something happened. You need to account. Discipline is what are you doing consistently every day. So account is at the end of conduct. So
But you're saying discipline is the doing, and then once you've done, it's account. Once you've done whatever you're doing, then
no, it's not that. It's not one.
So what are you
process. I'm
saying?
saying these two things exist in different spaces. Discipline is something that speaks to how you conduct yourself on a day-to-day, right? Meaning you've got a plan to do something, and for you to execute on this plan, you need to take certain steps, and you need to be prepared to take those steps. And you then need to go through the physical effort of getting yourself ready for the thing that you need to do.
because
And
if you
then-
don't do that, what
Then
happens?
you won't get whatever results that you want by wanting to do that.
And who hurts from that?
Well, you're the only person who's playing this game, so it's
Okay,
you.
so it's you.
Right.
So you count on yourself to do shit for shit to get done.
Right,
So you're accountable to yourself.
right.
So where's the discipline in that?
The discipline is the difference, right? So you count on yourself to do shit for shit to get done.
Yeah.
And when you don't do shit, shit doesn't get done.
Yeah.
Then the question is, how do you then process that shit not getting done and the consequences of shit not getting done? If how you process that is to not take responsibility for your failure to act being the consequences, then you're not accountable.
Yeah.
There's no discipline, right?
No, you can't just throw those
I'm
terms
saying,
in.
I'm saying in that scenario, you weren't disciplined because you didn't do anything. And because at the end, you don't take responsibility for your inaction being the cause of the consequences, you're also not accountable. But in a situation where you don't act,
So are you saying accountability is just recognizing that you fucked up?
yes. I think, yeah, that's how I see it and differentiate it from discipline.
So if you didn't fuck up, you're disciplined, you're not accountable.
No, it doesn't mean the same thing. I'm saying accountability is and recognizing and acknowledging that you fucked up.
So what happens if you don't fuck up? Are you not then accountable?
If you don't fuck up.
And you do your shit right. You prepare, go to your meetings, you kill it. That's right. Are you then not accountable because you're disciplined?
Well, there's nothing to account for there, right?
No, there is.
Wait, how did we get on discipline?
So he's talking about the journey he's on, right? And he said the word discipline, and then he said actually he doesn't think the word discipline is a real thing. The true thing is accountability.
Absolutely.
So I'm understanding this to be part of a discovery that you made. So maybe instead of differentiate or discussing the difference.
Yeah, maybe we've talked long enough about what it is.
Yeah,
right?
no, I'm curious to see what it means for you.
No, because the thing is, maybe here's the thing. The reason why I wanted to say people define discipline as being accountable to yourself. And the reason why I don't think that exists is because I really hardly ever do shit for me. I do shit for what others will see of me or believe of me or what I will be to them.
But that's a you thing. Socially, it's a you thing. It's
Absolutely.
Right.
But in terms of being in the moment and requiring motivation to do shit, the motivation that wakes you up in the morning to do and prepare for a meeting or whatever, you need to think about that. That's the whole discipline accountability thing where that comes into play. Not the social accountability, which comes with the end result of having.
So you're saying because the drive comes externally, the energy for the stuff that requires an internal driver for the discipline is not there.
Yeah.
Because the energy comes from.
How is this gonna?
But okay,
how is this gonna help me there? It's not. It's never a matter of how is this gonna help me. It's how is this gonna help me there? So maybe that's where the issue is. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Basically, let me talk.
No, I mean I understand like being agreeable. You want to say something?
There's this word, man. I don't know if it's altruistic or altruistic.
Altruistic.
That is the word, yeah.
Would you say that's where? Because you mentioned like you're used to doing things. You're used to doing things for other people rather than yourself. Would you say that's coming from a place of
altruism?
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
I guess
it means you're doing
putting others
before
needs.
you.
Yeah.
It's not for your benefit.
Yeah, you're a person who generally cares more about the preservation of others rather than yourself. So it's the reverse of self-preservation.
It's like reverse engineering of self-preservation because you preserve others so that you can be preserved.
You'll always be second priority
so that
to other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the priority, you're always second.
But I think for me, because you know how you say to get there, and I'm saying there was a pre-assessment to say it's necessary to get there, and that pre-assessment is based on an understanding of a personal need. So I'm saying it's still coming from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And
it's your assessment.
Understanding that your reality is affected by all these other motherfuckers that you gotta live in this world with, right?
Yeah.
So you have to adjust. You have to account for, the variable that's random niggas or not even just random niggas, just people and just the randomness of life itself. Yeah,
but when you place that above yourself, that's when certain issues may creep up. But that's
you only got one life, man.
Yeah.
That's both. What's the word when the freeing when something is
liberating?
Yeah, that's both liberating and scary.
Yeah.
One life shit.
Yeah, because
YOLO shit.
That's the thing, right? Most people say YOLO. Maybe if I were to use that phrase in my context, I'd say YOLO, because I don't see it as you only live once, you only die once.
Well, how I see it is just look. I think more than anything, the whole emphasis on the oneness, or rather the finity of life, is just the simple fact that there's so many things in life that you can do more than once. Then it narrows down to things that you can do maybe only twice, maybe things you can only do once, you know what I'm saying? And it's just about like, you know, making the most of it, because although it's one life, it's a long one. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
Yeah, and it's just about like time, man. You know,
What do you do with it?
I was watching this. I came across this video on Instagram with Kendrick Lamar and Rick Rubin. Yes, I think you might have come across the same one about the meditation.
The algorithms, they got us.
Yeah. Basically, so yeah, from that, like what I picked up more than anything was just the fact that man, like the time really does go by, and like you're so caught up in that's what I guess what led me to meditating, because it just felt like it just feels like, especially like, you know, with this shit, it feels like you can literally blink your eye and then, you know, you've missed something.
Yeah.
And that time has gone past and that kind of thing. So like, to circle back,
You only live once.
yes.
You only live once.
Yeah, I think
All the
that's
things you can do.
that's just that's more than anything, that's just not a disclaimer, but rather a reminder that, like, you know, it's one of those things that you can only get right. You can only do once. There's no, you know, so you can either get it right or you can either get it wrong. You know
You
what
know,
I'm
it's
saying?
funny when you talk about like valuing time, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what this whole COVID shit did, bro.
Yeah.
I think it gave so many people so much of their time back in their hands that like people, and then niggas didn't have to stay on the fucking rat race.
Right. Yeah.
Niggas had time to really put action on, like, or put like thought behind, like, how do I apportion my time on a daily basis.
Right.
And there's other shit that's you know forcing you to not look at life as just maybe the work hustle or whatever, because now you're at the crib. At the crib is whoever else is at the crib. So
Yeah.
whatever you're doing, you gotta be considerate of that. So that's what I really appreciated about this shit, bro. It's just
No doubt.
like time back in my motherfucking hands, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and flexibility. Like, the world has changed. Like, niggas working like a full-time job and from the crib, nigga, after yeah, you know, like, and
No,
it's
no, for
doable
sure.
and it's functional.
It's been working. I don't know what I'm saying. No, for sure.
I don't know about that. I think the media fucking brainwashed me. I can't enjoy my time because every time I think of the people who lost jobs and are forced to stay at home because they ain't got shit to hustle for.
Yeah.
So I can't even really enjoy. Yeah, but that's
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, it's really fucked up, this whole thing, bro. It's because for me, I struggle to speak about my personal experience of this whole shit because I acknowledge that it's that there are there are plights that are bigger than your life being cool at this time, right? And then it makes it feel like you speaking about your life not being cool is somehow, you know, you giving energy to something that doesn't need it, especially because the conditions are not normal, and you know, the ease that I've gotten in life has come at abnormal circumstances that have affected a large number of black people, like I'm a black person, adversely. So
it's not the time for you to talk positive, or at least watch where you say that around.
okay, help me understand that.
You can't just go anywhere and just like, yo, it's so fucking hard. It's just the difference, the conversation we're having, the difference between how much it's a selection and a portal. Yes, we all got problems, but you're complaining about nice life problems. We ain't got time to hear your bullshit. My kids are starving, nigga. You telling me about your laptop that won't start if your charger ain't set right? Fuck are we talking about?
So when you say you can't talk about your life problems because your life problems are minute, so what's the parameter? You say there's places where you can't speak about them. So what defines a place where you
Like, I lost my job, nigga. That's it. I lost my job. I sit at home 24 hours a day thinking about how I'm gonna make money to feed my family. You're working from home. You sit around thinking about how you're gonna spend your money better because you have all this time. That's different circumstances altogether. Maybe we both experience those as problems, but you gotta realize that your problem is really.
So
it may even be offensive to me that you feel like presenting that to me.
This is what the reason for my apprehension was not understanding whether is the problem me speaking of what is currently happening in my life, or is the problem me complaining about what's currently?
Yes, you can speak about it, don't complain about
it. Oh, okay.
Because we got real fucking issues.
Yeah, I understand the whole complaining about shit.
Yeah.
Me, I'm talking about like even mentioning, like even talking about like my actual life. I'm talking about like even having that conversation.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
No, I can get that. But again, Nakona, that just goes with people. You'll know your friends or whoever you chill around. Because I could be going through the worst thing, but if you're not trying to gloat or trying to complain about the fact that you were stuck in traffic yesterday and you had to do this and this, you're just telling me because that was part of your day. As a friend, I should be able to understand that, right? Like if KIMO came to me and told me that he was stuck in what's these things called? Some backstage of a concert, and he was stuck there with some performers he doesn't really like, and he had to sit there for like 20 minutes. Yeah, right in the green room. Had to sit there for like 20 minutes with this R&B singer girl that he doesn't like, or maybe they broke up back in the day, and it's like, so I can understand him telling me about that it happened to him, he experienced it as part of his day. As niggas, we just kicking it. I'm not gonna then take that and compare to my shit. But if he comes to me and complains as if that's the worst shit happening in his life, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, going further, like into the, KIMO's perspective, KIMO is a seasoned musician. Do you categorize yourself as anything in particular?
How do you mean, like, what, the genre-wise? Or?
Yeah, is it like...
soul, man. I guess, like, if we're gonna, put it into...
Yeah.
I mean...
children of...
for sure, bro.
Soul Quarians.
Yeah. No, it's really about, I mean, at its core, it's soul music, but, like, that's just the core. Like, the rest of everything else that comes out of it, is... That's where it becomes different. But yeah, soul is what it is.
And like you've got credits like, also because you're like a dope vocalist, then your credits aren't really limited to just one genre of music.
No, if it's, I try to make what I listen to. So if I listen to it, I try to have some kind of interpretation or, of that genre. So for instance, if it's like, house, for argument's sake, right?
Oh, nigga, I was going right there, nigga. Fuck you think we're talking about.
Like, I mean, sorry, what is the question again?
When we talk about your being a vocalist, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have a particular
genre.
Oh yeah, man. Like I try to have a hand. Like I said, in anything that I listen to, I try to have some kind of hand in it, especially if I fuck with it, So yeah, man. Like I try to dabble with as much as I can that can be anything that can be sung on. I
was listening to a house song of yours today.
Well, it was probably featuring.
Of course, right? And this was 5 years ago now.
Oh, I see.
Can you guess which one?
If I'm doing the calculation, what? I don't know. You'll have to. I'll have to need
some DJ's compilation. Famous DJ in SA.
I mean.
I think it's been on
done quite a few.
I know. That's what I wanted to say. Like I've been in a few. Nigga, I don't know. Nigga, which one you talking about?
Like is that? Like I've always wanted to know like the life of a Monique Bingham, right? Like being able to be that in a music process where somebody got a house song and they're like, yo, we love, just add your, just
Yo,
do it.
bro.
Is it collaborative? Is it when you're on I think you're talking about the Kanyani joint.
Yeah,
When
absolutely.
you're on
heavens.
that's your verse, that's your everything. Is that your
How does that
production?
work? Does Ukanyani tell you, I'm working on a song and I'd like for you to be on it, or I've got a song and I think you'd be perfect for it? How did that go about?
So I mean, with that song, it was like, yeah, that was more of a songwriting gig, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess he liked what I did with the track, and yeah, heaven. Yeah.
Oh wait, nigga,
When you say the
no.
song, you mean you wrote to what?
Did you write?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it was.
Or you just wrote some shit and he was like, oh, this shit reads nice, and then he made some shit to it?
I think he sent me. I got the beat first, and then I was like, I had the idea.
And then you worked on it, yeah.
Yeah, and then, eventually, that would open up more opportunities for writing. I did some stuff with Clock, a lot of stuff. We actually did something recently, which dropped. Yeah, but although, I hope I answered that one.
Yeah, no, definitely. And so here's an interesting question, because I don't think I've ever got a chance to ask someone this. Do you know if Ukanyani sends you that beat alone, or does he send it to a few vocalists and then he chooses which is best?
Hey man, I hope they can hear me shrugging in the audio.
It is what it is.
Man,
That's because
like we didn't work. To be honest with you, we didn't work that closely, myself and him. And I don't like the way our working relationship ended. So I'm not really keen on those songs.
Yeah. Alright. No, it was a dope joint either way, bro. Because that's
shout
the
out.
thing. For me, I was introed on Nights Volume 3. And I've been
Beautiful R&B music,
dude,
bro.
the best. Fuck
Especially
beautiful,
like as a
the
90s
best.
baby, born in the 90s, raised by the 80s,
Fam, you skipped the song and Good Lalu Joe. And you're like, oh shit.
Oh,
I
right.
haven't heard this in so long. I haven't heard this sound in so long. And then you skip another song, Good Lalu Sadiq. And you're like, oh shit, I haven't heard this sound in so long. As he says, as a 90s baby, I can honestly appreciate the sound. I don't even say it's influence, because I've listened to rappers and I can see influence. I can hear influence, right?
No, for
That's
sure.
just like a sound captured encapsulation things.
Yeah.
It's amazing, dude.
No, I appreciate
Is that on
it.
purpose? Do these names that pop up in people's head mean anything to you as far as like how the music came into being?
So, I mean, there was the mention of D'Angelo earlier on and the Soul Aquarians. I mean, I guess the link really comes down to soul and the decision to go that route.
Touch the mic then.
Oh, right. Yeah. The decision to like go the route of like soul and being a full-on vocalist from making the transition from a rapper, because before the
MC such and such.
Hold on, what was your rap name, nigga?
Oh yeah, let's start. Let's go
there.
right back. Nigga. Hold on, nigga. Hold on.
Yeah,
nigga.
man.
Wait,
No, I mean,
do you got any fucking business?
Yeah, of course.
Oh wait.
so I mean,
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead. So how did this start? So are you telling us that your introduction into the music scene was as a rapper?
Bonafide.
MC, bro.
Bonafide MC.
Everybody
boy.
spit hot shit at some point in their lives, bro.
No, for sure,
Everybody had
like-
that dialogue.
Go ahead,
Like
bro.
I was with it, man. Like
About that life.
from the start, like in the beginning, it was about being a rapper, and like I was going under the moniker of a few people will probably remember it, 6'4". So yeah, man.
Cruising in the streets in my city. Wow.
Yeah, well, there you go. So
What's the
man.
influence behind the name?
So the name, well, actually similar to what he just
Yeah.
The Easy E joint.
yeah, but it's actually the 50 Cent joint, the Get in My Car.
I know pickup lines are still my
Yeah, so yeah, man, I had like
64s. Yeah.
I had rap dreams, man. I did the whole thing.
I love it, bro. I
Yeah,
love all of it, dog. This is dope. Bro.
yeah, dog. Did the Shizness mixtape
Oh,
competition.
Oh, wait.
What else?
Wait, I need to find that, bro.
Yeah, and then the transition into the singing stuff. Actually, like there's kind of a giveaway in the intro of Nights, sort of Easter egg intro of Nights Volume 3 that kind of explains why I made the switch from rapper to vocalist. But anyway,
Wait, did some girl break your heart, man?
no, but I mean, with
You find a new voice, nigga.
no, just
You way to express yourself.
next time you listen to the intro, like you'll get Campus Square.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I remember Campus
Okay.
Square.
Yeah.
So you're not like
Easter egg.
you're not like a conventional singer who grew up in church singing to the choir, and then
no.
you figured I could take this somewhere.
So
Check the system, bro.
no, bro, like the whole music thing really just came from I guess it was that stage in one's life when you like discover like who you are and like what your interests are based on like. So my thing has always been writing and just writing, you know.
Yeah.
I guess that's the one thing I've always been good at.
Just like from what age?
From grade 1, whatever age group that is. Yeah, I just remember.
Right, she was just about that.
Yeah, as soon as I figured it out, it's because I had still have like a very vivid imagination. So, you know, I'd always need like some sort of outlet to get my satisfy my imagination. Mm-hmm. So before writing, it was art, like visual art. I was like a big sketching, drawing, that kind of thing.
Those fucking like those drawings that look like you're going to bomb a fucking subway.
The fuck kind of drawings is that?
Bomb with the fucking explosives. Nigga.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to do something now.
Oh, like you can illustrate that shit.
Nigga, I'm not an insurgent. Nigga, I'm not trying to do that like that.
Yeah, so I mean, from that, I guess it evolved into writing poetry. I guess that evolved then into rap.
You see, I wanted to go there.
So it's always been like an evolution of different things. Yeah.
So the raps turned into the singing.
Yes, and because they actually also that's also what ushered in the whole songwriting part of the Kimosabe package, because as a rapper, like you've got a lot more to say lyrically. You know what I'm saying? So you've got a lot more that you need to say to get your point across. Whereas, you know, with what I do now, like you've got to say more with less.
You sing in concepts, more than details.
So wait, singing is abstract shit. R&B, you don't tell niggas straight. You know, like
you don't give the details. Nigga, listen. Kendrick gave you the distance he was away from Cherie into feet, nigga.
Oh yeah.
Singers won't do that shit.
I mean, like,
is it right? Is it because you gotta harmonize more? You gotta put more?
No, you know what it is. It's really, I mean, look, with my stuff, I try to that's a good point actually in terms of like writing, because I try to make it personal. I remember actually I had a meeting with this guy who called this meeting just to tell me that, you know, he doesn't like the way I write because it's too personal. You know, he wanted me to be
personal.
Yeah, he wanted me to be
for the motherfucker.
No, it was a meeting about something else, but he took the opportunity to be like, the reason why your shit won't work is because your writing is too personal. The type of music he listened to is that kind of abstract writing that you're talking about. Me, you know, in what I listen to and what I make, I want it to be as clear as possible. that, you know, what a person, like, I'm listening for the message, you know? So
bro.
even if,
and I think that's the rapper in you.
yeah, exactly. So that it was gonna find a way to come out like in every facet of, you know, even what I'm doing now. So yeah, I hope I answered that question.
So I'm just, when you said like the evolution from the raps to the singing, do you think that speaks a lot to what like hip hop sounds like today?
Oh,
Do you think like there's like that Wayne was like, you know, a star shining in something that was part of the natural progression of?
right. So when I say evolution, not in terms necessarily of the genre, because I know that's probably going to be used against me. I don't know if that's how that shit works. But anyway, what I mean is basically, I feel like going from a rapper going from a rapper to a singer was more of a challenge, because now you have to figure out how to sing and do it properly. You know what I'm saying?
So you couldn't sing while you was rapping?
No, like,
And he found his voice, nigga. That's why I had to get that heartbreak, nigga.
yeah. So I mean, like, you know, so like to transcend or rather evolve into Kimosabe from 6'4" meant, you know, it was also upping the quality and upping the overall level that I was operating at as a musician. You know what I'm saying? But to speak to your point, I mean, hip hop these days, and I've noticed it more and more to the point where I have to search extra hard for non-melodic hip hop. Hip hop is becoming like, or has become more melodic. Like everybody is singing one way or another in their songs. So I guess that speaks to your question as well about the state,
Like the evolution of what hip hop sounds like.
yeah, like melody is king.
But that's still, I wonder about that, right? When people say what hip hop sounds like.
Yeah.
I feel like people talk about mainstream hip hop as if it's all
mainstream
hip hop.
But I mean, even non-mainstream hip hop, like even non-mainstream hip hop has a lot of melodies. It may not be.
It started there. It started underground.
Okay.
Niggas been singing their asses out underground.
Yeah.
So niggas been singing like,
And like, yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, and no one's saying like there's anything wrong with that. I mean, like, if a change is always good, evolution is always good. You know, like if something is the same for too long, it becomes stale. You know, all I'm saying is that is the direction that it's going. And I guess, if anything, I guess I was one of the really early adopters, because I literally made the switch from, you know, rapper turned singer.
T-Pain, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Funny enough, actually, I think because I was checking out some of your shits today. And
Oh yeah.
I think your joint T-Pain is
Right.
one of the most streamed.
Yeah, if not
Songs?
the most streamed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely one of, if not the
Of
most.
your catalog.
Yeah, currently.
Yeah, that joint got like.
With
Thato Feels. Yeah.
Shout out to Thato Feels.
Yeah, man, shout
That
out to
nigga is
Thato Feels.
amazing.
That
That nigga is
This is on
amazing.
what's that?
Law of Attraction.
Laws of Attraction. That shit on.
That shit, I'm still convinced. I need to. That nigga
I was like, I
listen.
said, God,
until I swear to God, until Utato sings that shit to me in front of me in exactly that tune, then I'll believe it's him. I still think that's a female, and I'm fine with it. I'm cool.
No.
And I've heard him on other joints, and he's amazing.
Yeah.
But that song, that was something else, bro. That was something else,
The way that
No,
shit sounds
for sure.
like, it sounds like what dark chocolate tastes like.
bruh.
You know,
That
but
shit
when,
is
if
your
you like
soul.
dark chocolate, not if you're someone who
Yeah.
hates the.
If you hate dark chocolate,
Yeah.
there's some evil in you. It's fine.
But
I'm not
I
talking
mean,
to you.
Speaking to Thato also links to what you said earlier. You know, the evolution came with upping your game.
Yeah.
And then there's Kimosabe Productions, so it's
Right.
no longer just a me
Yeah.
myself situation. It's
A label.
yeah, nigga.
An
It's-
entity.
it's-
Brand, yeah.
And it's a proven
Right.
product
Yeah.
type of situation.
Sure.
So talk about that. What's that situation like? And maybe also about Thato, why Thato, you are not isolated from creatives.
Yeah, man. So, Kimosabe Productions, like, in a nutshell, it's my imprint. Well, not even my imprint, it's my label, and basically all things, my operation. Now, where Thato Feels comes in, and in the future, like, many more talented artists that I'm hoping to, like, come across. Basically, yeah, man, it's about giving artists that I believe in a platform. As generic as that might sound, but it's literally like, okay, with Thato in particular, like, I don't know, it was the vibe. It's like sometimes the more time I've spent like in the game, the harder it's become to vibe with artists in the studio, just because of like a bunch of different things. But there I found something that was like, okay, that made me want to develop and see where this goes. Thato was originally discovered by DJ Clock after he saw him on Idols, right? So I was called in as a...
He was on Idols.
Yeah, he did his audition. It was on YouTube. His audition was on YouTube.
Wasn't he like, I saw like he was a finalist or something?
No, so there's two Thatos who happen to be involved with Idols, and I happen to have worked with both of them. Yeah, the Iron. Yeah. So, but anyway, so the Thato Feels. I was brought in as a songwriter, producer by Clock to develop him and work on his product. I guess it was there that we discovered that we have like this working.
So you were brought in to develop and work with the Thato.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he had an agreement with Clock at the time. Anyway, how he ended up like Kimosabe production side, it was like through once his agreement there lapsed, we'd already worked together, and I don't know, just something in me was like, okay, cool, let's work on some music. So we did Feels, which was the first one, then that did something, like, all right, cool, I'm taking this label thing seriously. If you need somewhere to release your music, and let's see what we can do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just like a matter of, man, I'm taking him with me to wherever it is that I'm going.
So Thato's your artist?
No, I wouldn't. He's not my artist. Thato's not signed to me, right? So the nature of Thato and I's agreement is based on the music. Okay. So me and him work together. I'm behind the production. He's the artist, right? Oh. And because one thing I never want to do is that bullshit of slave practices and that kind of shit,
of signing niggas.
Yeah, like I don't want that kind. I don't want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather we played on our strengths, which is, I do my production thing, he does his artist thing.
Yeah.
We meet halfway, and whatever happens, we also break that halfway. So, and it's just me believing in him. But, yeah, man, like...
How old is he? Is he older or younger than us?
He's younger. To be honest with you, I don't know how old he is.
No, if he's younger, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, he's younger.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Thato Feels. Yeah,
he's amazing, man. So, I need to meet up with the cat.
So,
definitely.
So how does it all work?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious about, because you said something which alludes to the total opposite. As far as I know, Kimo, you are very isolated when it comes to Kimo.
Right.
So how did you transition from rapper turned singer, and then from just singer to brand/label?
CEO.
How do you, because that of course then includes working with others.
Okay, so
playing with other kids.
All right, so the best way that I can describe it, man, is I like watching a lot of nature shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, and
That shit that David Attenborough did like on Netflix
with less talking, more animals. But no, I mean, shout out to Dave. Shout out to him, but like that's just me. I want more. I'm not here for commentary. But with the Jaguars. Right. Okay. I'm there for the commentary when it's informative. But leopards. Right. They've always fascinated me because they're also they're solitary animals. You know, they go out, they travel those kilometers. You know, searching for food. Every day they wake up, they go for kilometers searching for food. For hours on end, kilometers on end. I think I could be wrong, but I might have heard something about up to 100 kilometers a day.
I think so.
Right. And, you know, when they come back with, if they're fortunate and they've made a kill, if they've got this nice big thing to take back home to feed them and sustain them for that time. Right. So how I've approached the game since I got here was I didn't come here to make friends because I feel like from what I was advised of things, information is that the kind of friends that I would make, you know, here are not the kind of friends that I would need, you know. You know, and to get to Joburg,
for any particular reason, even your own personal aspirations or professional aspirations, and
just people who are. I had to watch out for people who are good for me and people who are bad for me because you know what, like this is something I observed when I got to Joburg. I'm this guy, you know, with this particular set of skills. I can basically take. You know, I can take your song from start to finish and whatever. So naturally, there's going to be people who want to take advantage of that. Naturally, there were people who took advantage of that. But so was I. Right?
Yeah,
and
fully aware.
Yeah, and like, look, bro, when I came here, I knew what I came to do. You know what I'm saying? And granted, there were things that may have derailed me from the mission at times to time, as it happens, but you know, I always remembered that, you know, I came here to do some shit, you know, and that's how I ended up doing that. Yeah.
So you're not looking for friends, but you are willing to collab.
As a solitary, man.
As long as the product is gonna be better, you're willing to collab.
Yeah, bro, look, I go with what feels right, you know what I'm saying? Like, with that kind of thing, especially when it comes to, like, collaborations. I won't, like, at times I will, if it's a business thing, then there will be those collaborations with an artist that, you know, never even met. But, you know, when it comes to, like, my personal, like, pursuits and my personal projects that require, like, you know, the involvement of other people, then it's just about it feeling right.
When would it? Because I mean, I can understand with the Thato, right? And it's a special thing you guys have found,
right?
And it works beautifully in tandem.
Right.
So
it's chemistry.
Yeah, right. When, and that's the thing I'm wondering about. Firstly, let me ask this question because it leads into the next.
Right.
Does Thato write for himself, or do you write for him, or do you help him out?
The third one.
Okay.
So in the beginning, Thato has always made me aware that he had aspirations of writing, and he had done a bit of writing as well.
Yeah.
But you know, when I came in there, I came in as a writer, like full on. It was like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was just in me taking the time to sort of hear him out and see where he's at. You know, that's where we got a step to sort of develop our writing style. So how it works is it really just depends on like how the idea is, how the idea came to life. If Thato came up with the idea, you know, and he's got more of it on his side and he's got something going,
then you'll feed off.
And then I'll come in and I'll help. You know, that's when he'll be leading. But if like the idea is mine, then what I'll do is, you know, I'll throw out the parts that I have and be like, okay, this is what I've got and this is what I've got, and then he fills in the blanks. So it's a collaborative effort with
So that's the
Thato.
thing, right? Thato MK. So that answers that in terms of because the important thing here is that you're a writer,
Yeah.
right? So as a writer, not even just a singer or musician as an artist, but as a writer, you'll never really run out of room. Yes, you might encounter writer's block from time to time or whatever, but
Right.
you'll never run out of room the same way that I, as a rapper, I may get a dope beat, I drop a dope 16 or drop 2 dope 16s.
Right.
And it just feels like, shit, if MK jumped on this shit, this would complete this motherfucker. But as opposed to you as a writer, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can always fill up the whole space easily because you know how to. And
No, I've
so when does this space of, yeah, this person might be good for this, how does that work for you?
Oh, okay. So how that would work for me is, yeah, that's a good one. Hey, okay, let me
add. Is it from you or is it from him? Is it something that you want to create that he's filling gaps in?
Not even Nutato. That's the thing. It's easy for him and Nutato because they're both writers.
Yeah.
So him just thinking of an artist and another artist would say, shit, Obusiso would be dope in this space.
Oh, okay.
For collaboration.
So,
Yeah, on his project. Yeah.
oh, okay. Okay, no, I see. All right. So there have been some artists that have like highlighted in my mind, and I'm like, yo, this artist would go great on this track just because of what they sound like, or me being maybe a fan of what they do, because it always starts there, even with my brother, with him, it starts with me being a fan of his stuff before anything else in terms of
Who's
like,
your brother again?
by Luansta.
Shout out to the homie. Say that again, nigga. Bye.
It's a household
Yeah,
of
man.
just creative fucking energy.
The Guanyuzas.
And it's like, it's a beautiful thing to see.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because
It's like a
that's what
workshop.
happens in there.
It's like a fucking
Yeah,
workshop.
it's just like it's a household of creativity. So
No,
it's a very
for
beautiful
sure.
thing to see. And to see what I really want to see is like how it then collaborates. And I want to see the Megatron of what that what that looks like as a Megatron.
Yeah, no, we're working on that. We're just like collecting the necessary information, to make it so. But just to finish answering that question about
Like finding the space for the artist.
yeah, finding the
And you're
space.
saying is because you like the music even with your brother. It's because you.
Yeah, it really starts with me fucking with their shit first, more than anything. To the point where I feel like, but now the problem is, you see, this is where now the
Opportunity arises.
and the solitary movement becomes problematic, because to reach out to some of these people, you have to be in certain places. You know what I'm saying?
And you just ain't about that life.
Yeah. So like, I guess more than anything, really, I'm just waiting for.
So do you got like ideas in the bank, just waiting for like an opportunity to arise with like?
With more ease, without you having to put yourself through some shit.
I mean, I'll tell you what. If I could come up with like the track and with the person in mind and leave the space there, and if the opportunity comes, I guess me not having done it yet just speaks to, I guess now it hasn't been the time just yet. I don't know, man. Another thing is this, like, music is expression of self, right? And I just feel like when you're expressing yourself, and especially if it's like personal shit, especially the kind of stuff that I talk about like in my music, a lot of it I experienced self. So now, for other people to be involved, especially people who I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll tell you how it is like this. Even if I'm producing for somebody, right? It really is. It's more than just like. How I get it right is like I really have to get into that person's psyche. You know what I'm saying? If I know like, okay, this person, just based off the conversation we had, this person is this kind of person. Yeah. So this kind of beat or this kind of song will probably work for them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dog, like more than anything, I guess there are people that I do feel like reaching out to and working with. I have a list of them just so that I don't forget. But right now, I guess at this stage of the game, I feel like I still need to be the one telling my story before the others will come and tell it once they have a role in it. You know what I'm saying? Like particularly the guys that I've had my eye on, because right now at this stage of the game, it wouldn't make sense for us to collaborate.
And I'm also gonna use like some.
I need you to drop like two. I need you to drop like two names at least.
What you trying to do with
just two names?
Okay.
Because I'm really curious to see what direction you take collabos in.
So
do you stick to your genre? Do you go outside?
So that's the thing. Like the thing with genres is like genres are yeah. But anyway, like I really had like. I've always had, like, I guess I'm manifesting this, but like a collaboration with Aries, just because.
To the point
and
doing
that's
things.
Another motherfucker who's also in the shadows. Nigga ain't trying to be.
You know, and like
that makes sense. Like your personality.
I don't know his personality. I haven't seen him in interviews or nothing.
No, like in terms of branding, though.
Yeah.
It really like
similarities.
Yeah, like I can like easily say. Because from the top of my mind, just because like it also starts with, like I said, being a fan first.
Yeah.
Like this is somebody whose music like is on my playlist.
Yo, I'm
like,
turning into a
saying?
Reese fan, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And
real.
Like I found I was listening to my shit, which I'm sure normal people do, right?
And why did you make them using the first person?
Because it's Joe, baby.
Yeah. So twice, Spotify's algorithm would play his shit after mine. So I took it as like a sign, and I'm like, okay. And then,
Go ahead. No, wait, hold on. There's a second name coming. Go ahead.
Let me just try to think.
What is he?
Nah, let's keep it with. My mind is set on that first one.
Have you ever thought about it? Considered whatever crossed your mind about working with Ushikan?
Yes, actually. Like there was one time, right? I had told Radix this as well, like about like I'm also like a big Shikana fan, and I told DJ Radix about this. Now one day he calls me on the phone and he's like, yo, I don't know what to say, like someone wants to talk to you, or Shikana wants to say hi. I'm like, man, there's no Shikana or whatever. I'm like, and it's just a casual day, I'm on the computer probably mixing something or whatever. Yeah. And then I hear it's like, hey dude, whatever. Oh my gosh, like that song you did with Snapback, the song I did with these guys called Snapback from Durban. And the song, I'm like, oh shit, it's really Shikana. Yeah, so I was like, oh fuck.
It's dead.
Yeah, but I mean, with all these dream collabs, like
but you want to do something with them, and you're comfortable that when that thing is there,
I'm just waiting for like and again another what you call this thing, another cliche, but I'm waiting for the right songs. You know what I'm saying? Just so that when I feel like
that makes sense,
this is the one. But like I said, right now the journey is still. It's still me and a few people who, I trust to help me tell my story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching a thing. Did you see the video Sick posted where Stormzy was in an interview explaining that he told Jay-Z that he can't be on his song? Can you fucking imagine?
I think I might have seen something like that.
Stormzy a verse.
Not even. It was. I don't know how Hove was ended up in the studio, but Stormzy and this other dude had a track, right? Track was, they had designed it, like they had prepared for it and everything. Being everything they knew was going down, and they were talking about London, right? And then somehow Jay-Z is in England, and then he makes his way to the studio that they're recording on. And Jigga is like, alright, fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on this shit. Like, oh, what's this about? And they was like, yeah, give me a backstory. Tell me about London. And they told him about London and all the places, what the experience is like. Alright, word. I got it. I'm gonna jump on this shit. And then
so they let the nigga spit a verse and then they said no?
Bro, it was after that, right? It was just as he was like, yo, I got it, I know what it's about, I'm gonna jump on it. And then I think Jigga asked Stormzy, he's like, yo, you really good though if I jump on this shit right now? And Stormzy then just
Oh, that's different then.
Yeah.
I understand. I thought it was
But wait, hold on. Tell me who else.
Versus Wayne.
Nah. Never. But tell me who you know.
Get me another whole verse.
Tell me who you know. Ever, whether established, unestablished, dead or alive. Tell me who you know who's ever turned down a Jigga verse.
I don't know, nigga. You gotta ask the people who are close enough to tell.
Ain't nobody ever turned down a Jigga verse, nigga. Ain't no story you ever heard about anybody turning down a Jigga
Must
verse.
have been a strange.
So it's the same thing, right? That's why I relate, because like I think a few months later, they did the track without Jigga. They put it out, whatever, and then a few months later or something after that, they met. Stormzy and Jigga met again, and Jigga was like, "Yo, shout out to you for that shit. That shit must have took some balls, nigga. I can imagine that that shit wasn't easy. Like, I'm not trying to blow my own horn, but I can imagine that wasn't easy. But I love that you found the courage to do that shit." And Stormzy was like, "Hey, nigga, listen, if you didn't ask me if I was okay with it, I would have shut the fuck up. I would have never said shit. Nigga. I would have never said shit, but we would have rolled this shit." And
as soon as he asked, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Okay, then that makes
that
makes sense."
So yeah.
Artistic courtesy. I understand.
So when you're talking about the right
Sensitive
track,
about our
because
shit.
it can be any time is tea time, right? As long as we have a studio, there's availability, niggas is here in studio, we can make a song in 10 minutes, right? But if it's not the right song, that makes sense.
The question is like, I mean, as an artist, you can. I doubt you ever consider yourself as complete. So do you?
I do.
Is it just
in everything that comes with the
okay, well,
package?
no, never mind.
No, nigga, listen. Please don't let me.
No. I thought about it.
Pressure you to shitting on yourself.
You're the perfect singer, but not
there is
perfect
that.
designer.
No, there are those one or two things that I'm.
Yeah, so I'm trying to say, like, are you learning through collaboration? Are you using collaboration as an avenue and opportunity to learn or get better, or are you in your assessment of, whether outside of just personally, say the vibe is there, do you reach out for purposes of I can learn type of situation?
To be honest with you, man, like literally when I send something to someone that's outside of Kimosabe Productions or outside of my immediate, which isn't a really big circle as you would imagine, I feel like, there is a sense of it's going into a different world. You know what I'm saying? A world that might not necessarily understand Kimosabe. You know what I'm saying? Might not necessarily get what I'm trying to do. So so when I put it out there, that's me challenging myself. If I'm willing to send out something to, say, an artist who I maybe a year ago would have never thought of sending something to, right? And then I can send it with confidence without overthinking or worrying about it and thinking, damn, what if I know this person is not gonna, basically an attitude change to be like, man, like this person is gonna have to like fuck with at least 3 of my joints out of the 4 that I sent. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro.
Okay. No, because I'm trying to see, does that play a part in the artist that you do choose to bring close?
Okay. So yeah, when I put, no, that was a trick of getting you to ask me the question again.
Yeah, I think legit.
No, shout out. So basically, man, it's really about. It comes down to bro. Exactly that. Like, it's a challenge every time. Every time I put out something outside of Kimosabe's world, it's like, it's in me making it. It was like, okay, now I'm working with a different, I guess for lack of a better word, caliber. But yeah, I reach out to these people to be like, okay, if they say, if it's a yes, it means then, all right, the level has been, or they're fucking with the shit, or there's a level where we can connect, which means I personally as a musician have have upgraded. You know what I'm saying? It's like I used to have this anxiety of sending stuff out internationally. Like whether it's demos or anything to like international anything, right? Because I used to think, I don't know, there was that like, yo, bro, like I'm just this kid from South Africa. Like there's Americans who have access to, that was my thinking, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm able to, so it's about like, okay, grind, upgrade, XP level up. Now I can send these things out and feel like, the same way that I would feel otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would say these collaborations, though not directly, indirectly, they are challenges. When I reach out to someone, it's like, okay, I feel like I'm ready to, and it goes back to the thing of the two who I mentioned who I'd want to reach out to. When it feels like, because these are guys with established brands and established fan bases, established this and that. So they know things that clearly I don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's always a different playing field. It's always a different stage, different level when you're collaborating with people. Yeah.
You also have as part of like all of the service offerings.
Right.
Or the creative outputs that you have is, you teach.
Oh, yeah.
The craft.
So,
how did that come about? Was that part of the plan? Was it?
So, I think it was something that I guess was.
What's the name of the company?
All right.
School, where? What does it do? Then we can get into.
Oh, okay, cool. So the name of the school is the Music Hub. I'll get to that. Basically, me and my business partner and I have a school at East Rand Mall, K53. And it's I hope it's K53. I'm not just talking about the
that's what I was thinking about. Like, wow, okay.
But in my head, I'm like, I'm in the lab just now. Figure it out any minute now.
Yeah, but we're located there, man. Basically, in not so many words, we'll teach you how to DJ. We'll teach you how to produce. Both me and my business partner, Steven, are, I guess you could say, we're experienced in our fields. He'll teach you how to DJ. I'll teach you what I can about production. We're currently in our opening stage. We're taking in students right now, and it's lit, man, because it's like I've always been like that nigga who was like just always like, passing on knowledge to everybody I meet just because it was something to say, and I guess I feel like whenever I discover something, I feel like I'm discovering it so that it can be shared. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I got the opportunity now, I'm Mr. Kimosabe, I guess.
Do you include like
the teacher,
mixing and mastering as
yeah? So what we have is we have two different courses, right? It's the DJing course, where basically you learn the fundamentals and intermediate and advanced of DJing, right? Steven would be able to tell you more about that. But on my end, I literally take you from the start to finish, and engineering, mixing and mastering is part of that journey. You know what I'm saying? So we'll start you off at basics of production, the easy stuff, move on to intermediate, into advanced. Then eventually we get you into, once you've figured out the fundamentals of production and we've got you making songs at a certain level, then it's about, we get into mixing and being the engineer, basically, which also covers, we go right into recording, recording instruments, recording vocals. I remember I did my first student, actually, funny enough. I guess he was already on the engineering course, because we did a practical and that kind of thing. It was pretty cool. They say those who don't do teach, right?
Nigga, you doing it and you teach it.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And that also, the way of listening, you're learning.
Right, yeah. No, that's true.
Do you do that shit like remote? Because you talking about like Eastern Mall, you said something about K50.
Oh, no,
So I'm saying, do I need to physically be
So
where you are?
our it's essentially a sort of tutorship or tutor, whatever the word is. But yeah, we tutor the students. So they come to our office, which is also, so we're at a music store, right? Downstairs we've got a music store, then upstairs we've got the DJ and the music production school. So everywhere you are in the AJ, you're surrounded by music. Yeah, we've got like a studio set up in there.
So you can literally just go and borrow an instrument and just plug it in.
Yeah,
Just
quite literally. Like if I'm talking to you, I'm like, okay, have you seen this bass drum is based off like the actual bass drum from Drum Kit. Do you know what I'm talking about? No, I don't. All right, give me a second.
This is right.
So
This is what the hell
this
I'm
is what's
talking about.
creating that sound, that
Yeah.
kick that you're using. Yeah, so it's like it's lit like that.
that's
Yeah.
awesome, bro. That's the best.
This is the school is called
It's called the Music Hub.
the Music.
Yeah. Damn, don't have our business cards yet,
Yeah,
but they're coming.
Motherfuckers can find you on the internet.
Yeah, just
No, it's gonna be on.
But I mean,
Everybody
outside
watching
of
on
that,
YouTube,
the music is
check out the
happening.
link.
yeah,
the
like
description.
Like, you just dropped DAYZ.
yeah. So
There was September. The September was the releases is what made up the EP DAYZ.
right. So September was. I'm sorry. Was there something you were still going to say?
No. So I'm asking about the music.
Oh,
Wait, hold
yeah.
on. I don't know if I'd be remiss, and I hope I'm using this word right. I always wanted to use this fucking word.
Right.
Right. I was gonna say let's take a smoke break because I wanna come back, and then now that we've established who Kimosabe is, we can get into what he
get into
does.
Shit just got so meta.
Love this shit.
I love this, man.
Niggas. Nigga, thank you, bro. I love taking breaks, nigga. I love taking breaks, nigga.
Shout outs to the Why Not Podcast. Shout outs to the dopest episode with Kimosabe. We've been waiting to sit down with this cat,
Yeah, man.
and we're gonna be right back. We're gonna be right back. Go
Peace.
nowhere.
About to put it all on the line. I hope that you'll be waiting on the other side. Your eyes are blue diamonds, and it's so easy to find myself lost in love. Surprised that I could even find the words. I'm at a loss for them, but all I wanna say is I'm just trying to win in this game we're playing. Take you to the point of no return, but are you certain you know what to do with somebody like me? And if it feels right, take a chance on me. Just take a chance on me, baby. Just hope I play my cards right when the time comes. Then I can make you be mine, all mine. So no, I won't drop the ball when it comes to you. And I will do everything I'm supposed to do. It's that kindness that you showed to me, and those piercing eyes cut right through me. Yeah, I'm lost in love, surprised that I could find the words. I'm at a loss for them, 'cause all I wanna tell you hope I play my cards right when the time comes. Then I can make you be mine.
Chicken wing eating director, nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be some greasy ass footage in the background right there, nigga. Bro, have you enjoyed? Have you seen the upside of coming to Joburg?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I came here with a purpose, man. They said there's more opportunity here for the kind of thing I wanted to do. And they weren't wrong.
They weren't.
No.
So what is it? What does Joburg have that other cities don't have?
Like probably literally anyone will tell you it's about the opportunities, but more than anything, I feel like it runs deeper than that. I feel like it's a testing ground, you know, to see if you've got what it takes to, you know, for what comes beyond, you know, what already exists. You know what I'm saying? Like what they say, if you can make it here, man, you can make it anywhere. And the plan is to go everywhere. Yeah.
So sweet, it sounds poetic, nigga.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's so sweet, it sounds poetic, nigga.
Yeah.
I will answer right on that. Welcome back to the Wine Out Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Now that I'm here, this shit didn't officially started. Shit, right? That's what I'm saying. You just said right now something interesting is that Joburg is like, oh shit, my sleep's fucked up. Right? Joburg, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what they always say about New York City, right? And on that very note, that Joburg, I always consider, like, in the comparison of USA and South Africa, I've seen it as Durban is LA.
Right.
Palm Tree Paradise.
Okay.
You know?
No, I get you.
You know? Right? Joburg, New York City.
Yeah. But of course.
For sure.
Without a doubt.
And then Cape Town, of course, Miami. Right? So, the Joburg, New York thing, as you were saying right now, and the whole opportunity.
You said Durban is what?
LA, fam. LA. Why you think I fuck with the Lakers?
Okay.
Shout out to my Lakers. Shout out to LeBron James.
I forgot. Nigga, COVID made us forget about the fucking
Yo, bro. But that's a whole nother topic, right? So I'm saying, I think from what he was talking about, Kimo was talking about, I just figured out why Joburg works. More than the opportunities, really. More than the industry that is centralized in Joburg. I think it's because it's the melting pot. It's the amalgamation of the nation of South Africa. The same way New York City is the melting pot of America. You get people from everywhere coming through and meeting up at these points at New York and in Joburg.
Right.
So when you present your product in Joburg and people fucks with it, as he said, it's the testing ground. That was the perfect example. If people fucks with your shit here in Joburg, there's nowhere where you're gonna go in SA and not get people who fucks with your shit, because there's people from everywhere here in Joburg. You get that? So I think, bro, I think that's really why.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, what I've noticed is, I mean, like, you can either come here, you stay. So how it works is you come here, you stay, and then you go somewhere else, or, you know, you come here and then you go back. It's really just like, you know, testing your might to see if you really do deserve to be there chasing the thing that you claim you're chasing. Yeah, man.
So it's not a final destination necessarily.
No, the final destination is
as trying an environment as it is.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's definitely that.
There's a whole universe. There's a whole
Training ground.
There's a whole galaxy that still needs to be conquered, man. Like, you know, this moon is right there, bro. Like, why aren't we throwing concerts on the moon, huh?
Bro, imagine if somebody threw a party and they just gave you the location and it said the moon.
Shit,
Niggas
man.
can give you corona in the moon if you ceased.
Yeah.
That shit is cold.
Oh, nigga, no gravity, bitch.
Yeah,
What
man.
you gonna do now, nigga?
Like the moon, Mars, that's where the fuck it's at, you know?
Yo, bro.
But yeah, that's
Imagine,
Joe Rogan.
imagine being high, sitting on the moon, watching Earth, bro.
Eating
I'd trip out, bro, because
Moon
there's too
cheese.
much black space between. You understand? Like the vastness of the universe scares the shit out of me. It's like the reason why I could never be a pirate, nigga. No, nigga, you mean I wake up and see nothing but ocean?
Yes,
forever?
nigga.
Oh,
but the ocean is your home, so you're comfortable in that motherfucker.
Nigga, you can
You're more.
drink the water.
You're more. You're
You
more.
understand what a fucking trip that is? You can die of thirst in a body of water, bro. That shit is a mind fuck, bro.
yeah.
Listen, I don't want us to get derailed too much. I want us to get to the music.
Oh yeah.
You know, the trilogy, Nights,
Yeah.
volumes 1, 2, and 3. I think volume 3 dropped last year.
This year actually,
Nah,
early this year.
Early this year.
Yeah, about February, I think.
And then this is where we actually left off before. Then there was the sequence in September.
Yes.
That
September.
September gave us the current EP that's out,
Yeah, which is
titled DAYZ.
yeah.
But I also understand that October is Thato Feels October, so I'm anticipating something similar as far as release schedule.
I mean, let's see what happens. But that's yeah, we've definitely got. We're getting ready for Thato's drops. It's October, so that means like new music from Thato Feels every Friday. You know, we just dropped last week Friday. Actually, we dropped the first Friday we dropped. Hits Different, featuring myself. It's a banger. Then we got Arrow, and yeah, man. We're
So
gearing.
T-Pain wasn't part of the October drop.
No, T-Pain was just a Lucy from lockdown vibes, you know, because during lockdown we locked in to the studio, and we're working on his EP, and we're actually gonna lock in again. Working on new music. We're working on our duo project. It's called For the Babies. You know, so you heard it here first. It's an exclusive. Yeah, man. It's gonna be.
Kids, bro, for the babies.
Yeah, man. It's like.
Your girls, they are here. They need you.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, people have been asking for like a. You know,
That's a
Thato and
joint
myself,
project.
a joint project, yeah, for the babies. So that's the next thing, and yeah, man, we're just gonna keep on we're gonna flood, you know, people's playlists with that hot shit, man. Kimosabe Productions.
Spit hot shit,
Yeah,
nigga.
Okay, shit.
If it ain't done, I don't want to hear it, nigga.
Yeah, bro, art first, man.
So here's a question though, it also links with that whole neo soul
All right.
origins, fuck, I'm
So
gonna kill myself
curious.
for forgetting this one person, so let me not try to remember him. I'll
Right.
get back to him. Jay Dilla.
Uh,
And I'm saying the duality in what that music is.
Right.
It's hip hop, then it's
Yes.
a whole other thing. You're talking about collaborative efforts, and you talk about the R&B, you know, face of you as a collaborator. Then there's a conversation we had before we got on the mic about the idea of being part of a duo like a Mad Lib and Freddie
Right.
Gibbs. When they did what? They did Bandana.
yeah,
Alfredo. That sequence of albums,
Yeah.
you know, Mad Lib and fucking Doom,
yeah.
you know,
Rough Doom.
fucking Alchemist and everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
And everybody for sure, bro.
So yeah, bro, talk about that. What's that? Is that a pipe dream? Is that a thing?
Yeah, man. I mean,
manifest you?
like the thing with Kimosabe Productions is I wanna like the goal is really to just like get as much shit out there, you know what I'm saying? And me being a producer, I mean I guess you could say I've done a similar thing with Thato's upcoming project, because it's really that's how we're working on that kind of thing, where it's like artist and producer like working hand in hand, you know, to put together something dope. But yeah, I'm looking to do that with a lot more rappers, just because of, I guess I was inspired by the Madlib and Freddie Gibbs connection, just because I've always felt like, you know, it feels like, you know, to me it feels like Madlib comes with his instruments and Freddie Gibbs comes in as an instrument as well.
That voice is also just like a different texture, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Like having Barry White as an MC.
You get what I'm saying. So with that in mind, you know, I'd really like to do something like that with, you know, my own hip hop artists that, you know, I come across along the road. But yeah, man, I'm definitely looking to do my own kind of thing.
Oh, bro.
Combo snack.
Oh, bro.
Situation would be a hell of a thing to behold.
Yeah, bro.
Hell of a thing to behold.
Here's a question. Why do you think you're so slept on?
It's because I'm an art guy. That's why. It's because, look, I've always been the whole, like, you know, like even in the company's logo, art first, the slogan. Yeah. So it's like, you know, so my focus has always been on, I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. Like, yeah, my focus has always been on the art. So I didn't give a fuck about like all the other shit, like the branding and whatever. Granted, all the other stuff, you know, I managed to get right to some extent by coincidence. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, if I had like if I had put those things in place, like the right team and you know, and also it doesn't help that I'm a person who's very solitary in the way that I move, you know. So yeah, man, if I had a team, then I guess the narrative would be different.
And what happens when the music pops and you're currently not equipped for everything else, like for the effort,
the visibility,
to capitalize on all the opportunities that then
the collabs
available, so
the cosigns, the visibility,
and it's not even a matter of like it's shit that you don't fuck with, because no, niggas that are saying do what you like, we fuck with you, we fuck with the music. Those opportunities are now there, and now the effort of capitalizing on the opportunities requires that, you know, larger structure.
Well, I'll tell you.
But you've been in this game for a minute.
Being in this game,
so I don't expect that this is you haven't come across opportunities that required you to be prepared, either as a corporate or as the business owner. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well, one thing I can tell you is this. At this stage of the game, bro, like given just based off the past 8 years, and just the stuff that I've managed to do and the stuff I've managed to navigate through, I'm never not prepared. No, what I mean by that is like I've visualized everything. I've had it all in my head. I've had it all planned out for such a long time that like I'm not even fazed when like shit happens like a certain way, because it's like I've visualized it and I guess meditated on it for so long, for so many years, that anything that may come my way, like I'll be ready. I know I'll be ready for it. You know, there's nothing that's going to take me by surprise, especially when I'm in charge of my narrative and my music. That's one, like once I can hold on to that, yes, people will say I'm slept on and this, that, and that, and the third. But hey, man, my music is mine. You know, like if and when things change, like, you know, flip over through my grind, then it's all me. You know what I'm saying? No,
so is this related to what we were talking about off the mic when we were talking about how sometimes excuse me, sometimes you may want to go to a label as as like going to varsity, as like an elevation, like, you know, to get your shine, to get the marketing, to get into people's houses, and then maybe sign 3-4 year deal, do 2-3-4 albums with them, and then get in people's houses, and then once that's done, you know what's gonna happen afterwards. Like, you have plans for the aftermath.
All right. So, I mean, well, I get what you're saying, bro, but like, I guess that would begin with a conversation with labels. And right now, where my mind is at, like, although, like, and that's the thing, like, again, going back to the wildlife analogy, like, tigers pride themselves in the fact that they can attack and they can take down their prey with stealth without the prey ever knowing.
Okay.
Same principle, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, you know, if I was loud and, you know, and all over the place with it, you know, then my prey would always see me coming, and we can't have that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That is from a musician. Motherfuckers here on a mission.
Yeah,
bro.
It's just nature shit I'm watching.
Because this shit is crazy, bro. Because when I listen to your shit, and no offense to nobody, but I honestly, there's nobody I can.
Right.
MK, let me maybe put it like this: who are the biggest R&B artists in SA right now? Male. Let's talk male.
I'm not a good barometer, right? I just heard the Langa Mavuso album, the one he dropped this year, and I know the name, but I hadn't like listened to full bodies of work. I liked, but I don't know actually it was R&B. It was R&B music, so it was dope. Love the album. Kimosabe, for as long as I've been listening to him as an artist, consistently, just like, I know what I'm gonna get here, and this shit is dope, right?
Yeah.
I know where it fits into my life, type of situation. I know what it is that I love about it, and I get it when I find it. So you know what I'm saying? I've got a space for it.
Do you listen?
But I can't say.
Do you listen to a Teleman?
I listen to Tela, but like I do, it's not on like heavy replay. No, it's not on heavy replay.
Because I hear, and I've been listening to radio a lot more, and that's where I discovered Joda Hosi is amazing. She's amazing. But anyway, and this nigga's music is just. I'm just like, there's no fucking way. Let me put it like this. When I discovered Kimosabe's music, I was blown away at the fact that anyone is still making music this soulful. Music that hits that spot in this day and age. Because people make trendy shit. People make shit that makes you feel good and vibe with the times, and then 4 months later, that shit is unrelatable. So, and then I discovered, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So, you know,
and so I want to speak to that being slept on. That's the reason. I'm like, how the fuck, why are you so slept on?
It might even be a context thing. Like, you know, like my daughter thinks all of my shit is old. She thinks it's not the music, not when the song came out, it's the sound. It's what it sounds like. The music. Yeah, nigga, your daughter is. So what I'm trying to say then is maybe the if it was physical, it would be the aesthetic of the music.
No,
but acoustically, it really resonates with us because we are from the era of those textures.
But I'm talking about people my age. You're not talking about people your daughter's age. I'm talking about people in radio. Our age, people we grew up with.
You know what it is, bro? I guess to speak again to the being slept on thing. You know, a lot of niggas won't tell you straight up, but the fact is, it's a money thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, in the music industry, you know, and in pretty much everything, or to quote something I came across today, in this life, if you don't have money, you go suffer.
Mustafa.
What the fuck did we hear that?
It's Davido, saw it on WhatsApp. But anyway, like, yeah, bro, look, I mean, to get...
So in terms of marketing and
yeah,
really
all
just
that
getting
stuff is
yourself
like,
out there.
yeah, like, you gotta have long money to make that shit happen, and that's just the fact. You gotta be able to pay,
that's true.
you know, this person and that person and the third. Now, when you're a Kimosabe, you are literally like, look, bro. Now, one thing I can tell about a nigga, right, is like, I've been running this shit out of my pocket for the past 8 years, right? And I'm running a label now out of my pocket. And keep in mind, I don't come from no royalty, I don't come from no money, nothing like that. So
You need to put up statues of you, motherfucker.
yeah,
For
bro,
sure, bro.
Yeah, but-
Y'all putting, like, Cockstead is really gonna be on the map.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like Mount Taylor. But
Yes.
but yeah, bro, like the thing with life is this, man. You reap what you sow. Sorry, what was the question again? I really went off on a tangent about being slept on. Yeah, bro. Like all it is look, eventually, like if it's meant to happen, and it's like, you know, everything is gonna fall into place, you know. But the fact of the matter is, like, I'm not, like, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing no illegal shit. You know, I don't have no hidden money. I'm just a normal ass nigga. Like,
so wait, no labels hit you up yet, or have you been turning them down because of know what you aim?
One thing I told myself, right? And this is not anything to any label or whatever, or anyway, it's just a personal thing, is that, like, I don't ever want to be enslaved to anyone or anything, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, that a situation like that just feels like, for me personally, it would be going down that direction. So but yeah, to be honest with you, no, surprisingly, or rather, let me not say surprisingly, labels haven't actually.
That is surprising for me, right?
Labels haven't actually, like,
because you got you got like over 1,000 monthly listens.
Motherfuckers be coming for that publishing though. Yo, no, I'll tell you what. No, never mind.
Bro, this guy got over 1,000 monthly listens on his Spotify, bro. And you're telling me people ain't noticing?
Bro, the right people are listening. You know what I'm saying? And I like it like that. You know, I like the fact that, like, I mean, you know, like, I checked out the numbers, dog, and I was like, oh shit, you know, motherfuckers are actually listening.
Yeah,
to
bro,
it.
your numbers ain't bad.
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? No, shout out. So it's like, I guess, if anything, it's the ideal situation for me, because I get to stay under the radar for, I guess, look, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. All I can tell you, whatever it's going to be like major and game changing. Yeah. But, you know, at the same time,
be in full ownership of it.
Which is the most important thing. But more than anything, also, you know, I'm still going to be in control of my narrative, you know, and, you know, that's very important to me, because, like, yeah, bro, I am who I am, and I insist on being who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, no, we're gonna end it on that one.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's bars, bro.
I am who I am, and I insist on being who I am.
Drops
Why?
Drops lapel.
It's been mad beautiful.
No, it's been real.
Oh, this is part 1 of a series. You definitely coming back.
I'm back.
bro.
Shit, I'm
sure.
I'm the
And
furniture.
it's still like a lot of conversation that I was hoping would get a chance to get into, just about, like, the technicalities,
the mechanics of all of this.
I've lived this life out of my pockets. I've lived this life for the past 8 years and all of that. But we don't have time now. We're fighting the government.
Yeah, man. Hey.
It's been beautiful. Thank you very much for your time, homie. Thank you very much for your talent, for your for the effort that you put in to make the music that we love.
It's unreal for me, honestly. The thing is, the only saving grace right now, the only reason I'm not screaming out of my fucking mind is because I get time to chill with you outside of the mic. Otherwise, honestly, fam, this is like, for me, when I listen to your shit, my mind is nowhere near thinking this is someone you could just hit up on the phone and just like, yo, what's up, nigga? What you doing today? Because it is at that level of Yeah, dude. Shout outs to you, bro. Thank you a lot.
No, I appreciate that, man. Like it really means a lot. It's
motherfuckers. We love you, niggas.
Oh yeah.
We late. Juice the motherfucking Why Not podcast,
And we out.
Peace.
Dark skin ting with the melanin. Tell me where you been from time. Diamond ting in the wilderness. Baby, you're so hard to find. But now that you're here, you got me nervous. I'm biting my tongue, I'm slurring my words. All I see is that melanin, feminine, girl, it's you. I wanna get with the vibe while it's new. I'm so glad that we met in the summer. So much confidence to come and get your number. Oh, you taste, you don't call, what a bummer. Dark skin ting, just show me your true I'm color. Looking at you, pretty young ting with a beautiful skin like ebony. Tell me what to do to get a bad gal like you cuddled up right next to me. Now tell me, baby, please. Dark skin ting with the melanin. Tell me where you been from time. Diamond ting in the wilderness. Baby, you're so hard to find. But now that you're here, you got me nervous. I'm biting my tongue, I'm slurring my words. All I see is that melanin, feminine, girl, it's you. I wanna get with the vibe while it's new. Sun-kissed skin like new and cream. Darkest glow I've ever seen. Black color berry, the sweet of the juice. Okay, I'm trying to kick it with you. Baby, won't you let me in? Tryna overdose on that melanin. Get your hormones on some 1, 2, 10. Override your body like adrenaline. Dark skin ting with the melanin. Tell me where you been from time. Diamond ting in the wilderness. Baby, you're so hard to find. But now that you're here, you got me nervous. I'm biting my tongue, I'm slurring my words. All I see is that melanin, feminine, girl, it's you. I wanna get with the vibe. I'm looking at you, pretty young ting with a beautiful skin like ebony. Tell me what to do to get a bad